Oh my goodness, because I love that music. It sounds like driving music. It's just mellow. I really, really like that. I need to find that long version of that song. Good morning. And I had to turn my mic down yesterday because I re listened to that live and my mic was loud as hell. Hi, Gracie. Good morning. Gamecock Jenny, Wisco Gal, avoiding eye contact. Party Rock, Wendy's Front Yard, Snuggle Bunny, Sweet Potato, Golden Girls, Chantel, Marcia E. Good morning. So, everybody else in the bushes, you can come on out. Come on out. I don't bite over here. I don't bite. Oh, God, yesterday was a beautiful day. And then today, we had a little rain yesterday. And we're supposed to get a little more rain again today. And I went out to my garage yesterday to get something, right? So I open my garage and I see this damn spider. And I'm like, what the hell? I scream. And the guy was walking. He comes over. He goes, oh, that's, what did he call it? A wolf spider, whatever it was. I said, I don't give a shit what it is. Kill it. I don't want it. And he was like, those are common. I said, I don't care. Kill it. And then he was like, he looked at me. I just said, fuck it. I stepped on it. I just didn't care. Good morning, Bombs Crafting with Amanda. Uh, oh, it could have been me, but I was a little upset. I was just a little upset. Let's see. Wendy's Front Yard. Good morning. Hi, Chantel. Oh, I said hi, Chantel. So, Debbie and I would be live tomorrow. And let me tell you what we were talking about. So, since Debbie goes live damn near all during the week, maybe one day off, and then she still has work and stuff to do, we can do the shows until we get a heavy load again. We can just cover the stuff on Monday that we normally cover on Sunday. Um, so we'll be live tomorrow evening to discuss um, Real Housewives of the OC, Miami, and 90 Day Fiance. So happily ever after. And I was told yesterday, I think, yeah, yesterday, that that John did a live with Rachel and Tiffany, and it was like three people told me it was a pretty good live. Well, they said it was really good. So I'm going to have to go listen to. Well, I'm gonna find the time to go listen to it. So I want to know what Rachel had to say, and they were saying that John had told Rachel that he had slept with Tiffany. Okay, so when they told me that, I said, Tiffany never went overseas. I said, and he's never come here. So how could they have met and slept together? I don't know what Rachel was thinking, but then I went to IG because I wanted to talk to John because we used to talk a long time ago in DMs. So I wanted to speak to him. And guess what? His account is not there, or maybe he's blocked me. I don't know, but his account is not there. I know they were going through when they couldn't get the paperwork for him to come here, which he should have known better because he's got criminal charges. They couldn't get that. They decided to call it quits. And then Rachel started coming out with everything that she had been going through with John with the lying and the cheating. I'm like, okay, and you've been going through all of this, but you were still with him. I didn't understand it. Hi, sweet potato. Hi, dreamer. I didn't understand it. But I guess they're now divorced or in the process of divorce, or maybe the divorce is finalized. Who knows? But I just don't understand these women that want to bring these men over here no matter what, just to say that they have a man. And I haven't seen any updates on Lita at all. I know she went to court on the 11th. Was it the 11th? for the bail, was it the bail jumping hearing? I haven't, my only interest, hi Dorit, my only interest is about the 5 week old baby. I don't care less. I can care less about her bail jumping. I really can't. I just want to know what's going on with the investigation. So went to Adams County website, nothing. I actually called a couple of times to see if there was any updates on the investigation. You can't get any information. Nothing. Okay, so you watched the replay, Snuggle. It was good. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna watch it. Is it still up? Do you know? It probably is because he did that interview, so it's probably gonna still be up. So I'll take a look at it. I'll take a look at it. And I was talking a few months back, maybe last year or so. I was talking about Latoya Cantrell, the mayor of New Orleans, and Tiffany Henry. Remember, I was going to do that whole series on the mayors and their criminal behavior. Well, this week, Latoya Cantrell was indicted on 18 counts of federal indictment. And I know that Tiffany Haddish went to court because she was refusing to turn over information, Freedom of Information Act, when the council asked for it. So she's being held in contempt of court. She's still facing a lot of federal charges as well. They just haven't indicted her yet. And oh, you remember, Gracie, I swore you had a wrench in here way back when. Oh, but you changed your name. So and guys, can somebody drop Gracie's gavel? Gracie really does good videos. I try to share them whenever I catch one. When I go look, I try to share her videos because she really doesn't, not doesn't, she really does great videos. Michelle, what is she telling me? Oh, okay. Okay, I see it. I just got it. Okay, so she really, really does great videos about missing people and current news things. And yeah, you did. I knew you saw that, Heidi. What about Mayor Cantrell? I've been following that. So I do have that indictment. I do have it. And then I replayed Jen's live from the other day. And I replayed Jen's live from the other day, and she was speaking on Shirilla. And you remember she's the young lady that killed her boyfriend and his friend. Okay, McKenzie Shirilla. And I covered that when it first happened. A matter of fact, we saw the video of the car and how it was smashed up. And we were even surprised that she survived that crash. Well, when it first happened, they have been getting into arguments and stuff. So I'm just going to give you a brief synopsis. But if Jen needs, I have the court documents. I have the state versus Shirilla. When she was first charged, she was charged as a juvenile, and the judge found her liable for 12 charges. She went back. Now she has 15 years with 1 year for time served, so really 14 years. Her license is going to be suspended permanently. She's not allowed to drive. And I have a video on my community tab of her jail calls. Now, there is one call right after her conviction when she's talking to her mom and she's trying to talk shit about the judge. She's on the phone with the mother, and then she's talking about how she doesn't like some bitch or some hoe that's in jail with her, and they were transferring her. And then on the other call, she's talking about how she likes her new pod. So she thinks that the judge was unfair, which you and your attorney decided to go without the jury. You wanted to have a bench trial. The judge is going to follow the letter of the law. That's what the judge is going to do. Now, when you might get a jury trial, they'll look at you and go, oh, she's so young. Because at the time, I think she was 17 and he was 20. Um, and she had been screaming, but she was going to drive the car. She was going to, and then after this, she puts up all of this stuff about he didn't deserve this, but your psycho ass did this. You killed that young man. You killed his best friend. You killed him because of your immaturity. That's what you did. What was his name? His name is Dominique Rousseau. And his friend's name was Davion Flanagan. You killed that young man. You killed them. And that car, hold on, because I went to look for that. I went to look for a picture of that car again. And hold on a second. I thought I found it. Okay, here it is. Let me share this with you guys. So, Jen, if you need it, I have it. Okay? I have it. I can send it to you. There is the car. There is McKenzie. There's the car. She was driving. She survived. Yep, she did, Gracie. She practiced. Hi, Amber. I didn't see you come in. She practiced. And that young man, Dominic, had called his mother. And for her to come get him because she was acting strange. They had left the party. Gracie, if you want to come up, I can drop the link for you. But this is what she did. And at the time, she was being charged as a juvenile. Then the judge transferred her case to general court. To me, when I saw this, I'm surprised that her boyfriend was sitting in this seat, well, whatever's left, and the other young man was behind them. She survived this crash. And I have the audio on my community tab. And if you want to listen to them, the YouTube channel is Police Calls. Yeah, I think it's called Police Calls. That's what I want to know. How did she survive? Who keeps texting me? Oh, Lisa's going live. That's why I keep getting all these notifications. And I got to look at this storm, this hurricane that's going through. What is it? Hurricane Aaron? I need to take a look at that. Charlie's, good morning, Charlie. She lied to them, in my opinion. Hey, Miss Heidi, I'm doing D&D, but had to stop by to shows. Oh, thank you, Charlie. She didn't want to snuggle, but seatbelt. Yep. Why were you dating a 20-year-old man at 17 years old? Why? But she is completely psycho. And she did this, and then to go online and said, of all people, he didn't deserve this. What? Are you crazy? Now, you ran this into... It's crazy. So, if I remember correctly, they had left the party. Some party they were at. They had left around 5:30 because I think they got there around 11 or 12 a.m. or something like that. And it took like 45 minutes for somebody to notice the car. So, and when I heard that, I was like, wait a minute. So it was 45 minutes after the wreck that somebody actually saw it. Those young men could have been alive that whole time. They could have been alive. And her parents are just as disgusting as she is, especially her daddy. If you listen to those calls, her father is disgusting. And the mom's going, oh, we don't want daddy on the phone because we can't trust what daddy's going to say. And he was like, fuck him, baby, fuck him. Well, he did say fuck him. He did. Well, that's what they were saying, that it was a toxic relationship. Well, his mother said he had broke up with her a couple of times. So you've heard the jail calls too. Gracie, if you want to come up, I can drop the link for you. Okay. I cannot come up because I'm not. Okay. I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Those jail calls are crazy. And you can just list. I think I have two of them listed. There are more than that. You can go there, click it, and go to hi sassy nerd girl. Not to mention her social media post said, I'm the girl you die. Yep. Yep. And then after the crash, when she came, she was like, he didn't deserve it. Him about he of all he didn't deserve it. So the other guy deserved to die. She did intentionally do it. She sped up. She intentionally did it. She's a spoiled brat. And then when you hear the mother said that they will sell everything they had to get her out. And she was like, no, she said, we will sell everything we have and move closer to you so we can see you every day. And she's on the phone going, I'm just scared that your guys are going to die while I'm in here. And I won't be able to say goodbye. Bitch, you killed two people. You killed two people. Two sets of parents no longer have their child because of you. Yep, she was smirking. She's disgusting. She's disgusting. And if you hear her on that call right after she was sentenced, when she's speaking to her mother, and how she's trying to and then she said she had made a good friend in there, and they gave her the attorney's name, and well, she called her godmother, but she got out the day that she went for sentencing. Hi, Gwen. Good morning. His friend testified days before her boyfriend called. Yep, pick him up. She was driving crazy. He heard her say she was going to crash the car. Yes, he did. Well, he had called the mother. Well, Dominic had called his mom. The mom had sent the friend to go get him. Yep. This child is spoiled. Exactly. She's a psychopath. Exactly. Her mama knows, but the daddy can't control himself. So she tries not to because they're going to try to appeal yet again. They're going to appeal yet again. Don't you think these parents of these deceased kids have went through enough with your foolishness and your shenanigans? Y'all should hear her on these calls. If you haven't heard her, listen to her. You can tell she's a spoiled ass brat. And she gets away with everything, and they're making excuses for her. She is guilty as fuck. So Jen said, I heard her say she was going to cover it. And she said she and Clint were going to cover it. And again, if she wants it, I have it. I have the original court paperwork from when she went right after this was in 2024. Matter of fact, the paperwork was released in in 2024, but it was for her. It was the Court of Appeals, the eighth district, the Court of Appeals. So I do have that. I definitely have that. If she wants it, she can read through it. And matter of fact, I need to figure. Well, I have it downloaded, so I can send it to her on IG. Yeah, the whole family is psycho. Jumpsuit Pablo is a good channel. So, oh, I never heard of that, Amber. Well, I know I have the prison phone calls channel. Getting trains in next few days and not going live. What? I think Jen said she was going to be focused on some other stuff for the next few days and not going live. Okay, when did she say that? Yeah, it was no slipper. How the hell are you wearing slipper? But you know what? Let me tell you. Mm, 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 mm. What was it? It was a Toyota Camry. Was it a 2018? 2018 Toyota Camry. Let's see. I know they have a lot of safety features on those. I don't know, but 2018. I don't know. I think Jen, okay. They all have they have all the calls. Amber, drop that link in here, please. Please, please, please drop that link in here. Did anybody drop Gracie's link? Hold on, Gracie. Let me drop your link. Because Gracie has a really good channel. And she does uploads. Let me go to Gracie's channel. And when I saw Gracie's gavel, I'm like, no, that can't be. I said, yep, that's Gracie's. And she really, Gracie, your videos, you've gotten great with those videos. Oh, late last night. Okay. I'll have to go and look. I got up around 2:40 this morning and I made myself lay back down and sleep. So let's get into this. And then we have I have a few things for you this morning. Thank you, Amber. Let me go click on this and see if that's the same one that I'm subscribed to. Hold on. Phone calls from prison. Yeah, that's the one I'm subscribed to. Yeah, that's the one I'm subscribed to. I knew it was phone calls from something. That last short is super important. Okay. On your channel? Okay. It's about a local New Orleans sex. Oh, Gracie. I saw that. And as a matter of fact, so they interviewed this one lady because there's a woman that's looking for a guy that rescued her from sex trafficking. Is that the one you're talking about, Gracie? Is that the one okay, I saw that. Her video went viral. She's looking for the man that rescued her from sex trafficking. And I was like, oh my God. But this one I need to show you guys before I go any further. I need to show you this video right here. But I saw that, Gracie. I saw that. And I was going to look into that one, but I will definitely check out your coverage of that. I definitely will. Now, guys, I'm going to tell you, this is a trigger warning. Remember I told you about the mother that was doing all of this stuff on Snapchat with her baby? Well, we have another mother from Memphis, Tennessee. Here we go.
Only on Fox 13. Investigative reporter Kayla Solomon is live now from Jail East. So, Kayla, after she was booked into jail the week you started digging.
Yep, that's Gracie.
Yeah, that's right, Daryl. And the first thing we wanted to look into was the delay. Records show that Christiana Brown was first indicted for rape of a child in March of this year. But it took about 5 months for that active warrant to go ahead and be fulfilled. She was just booked into Jail East this week.
I had just talked to my son an hour and a half before they took his life, FaceTime him and let him know that I just picked up his glasses.
The voice of sympathy and a grieving mother. Christiana Brown spoke to Fox 13 in June when suspects in her son's murder were arrested. 18-year-old Christian Brown and one other teen were murdered outside of Booker T. Washington High School in April. Now the mother is facing charges of her own, 5 of them for rape of a child.
I was surprised, but not really surprised.
The indictment filed in March accuses Brown of sexually assaulting a child between the ages of 3 and 13 from 2015 to 2016. Fox 13 spoke to a man who said it was not only one child. He says a loved one is also a victim of Brown's. She is not part of the indictment.
I saw that.
But when
No,
they were
Amber.
told about Brown's indictment, they immediately made a phone call.
I saw that one, and then I saw the one about the 30 bodies that were dug up at a Texas, was it abandoned hospital or foster care? And I saw that too. Boy, I tell you, there's so many things I need to look into. When I get back from my escapades, I will be doing that.
All I could do to just do the right thing and let's
That's
just
it.
call
Yep,
the
that one
police
was
right
in
now.
Colorado.
With this indictment coming about a decade after the crime, Fox 13 asked an attorney how the statute of limitations law changed in Tennessee.
The laws changed drastically over the past decade or two. Prior to 1997, I believe it was a short statute of limitations. It's 4 years or upon the child's 18th birthday, whichever one's later. And then crimes that occurred after 2006, there's a 25-year statute of limitation after the child turns 18.
Attorney Brandon Hall, who was not associated with this case, said these changes were made by the state legislature to allow for more people to be able to come forward.
Sometimes these children might grow up, turn 18, 19, 20 years old, and realize that they've been abused, and now they have the strength to be able to report it.
Now, Brown is due in court first thing Monday morning to face these charges. Daryl.
Fox 13's Kayla Solomon live tonight.
I wanted you guys to see that. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell is wrong with you people? What the hell? And what are you... And you know, every time I see something, so I have another one from Horry County. You already know 80 kids in Virginia. And you're saying is now happening in Colorado. Virginia. And there's 30-something kids. Donna Lee, good morning. Good morning. But you know what? You remember when an ice cream truck used to come by? And I remember, we would hear the little ding, I forgot the ice cream truck song, whatever it was. And my mother would always go with us. There was always a parent out there at the time when this truck is going by. Because some of these guys on these trucks are creepy as fuck. And then they go round and round, round and round. They are creepy as shit. Oh, you think it's a copycat? Wait a minute. What did Snuggle ask? Hold on. What did Snuggle say? Do you think it's the same person? Copycat. We haven't heard about copycat killers in a long time. Then I heard about the guy that had disappeared in the early, 60s. They pulled his car out the river and his body was in it. I'm like, God damn. There are so many things that comes to my phone. And I get these notifications. And I'm like, okay, I need to go check this out. I need to go check this out. I need to go check this out. But every time I see something going on in Horry County, as I was saying, I always think about Micah. So I am plugged into Horry County because I'm keep hoping something changes with the Micah Miller case. I keep hoping they find something, even though I understand they ruled it as self-inflicted. There is no way that woman took her own life. No way. I still don't believe it. That woman, the woman he's married to now, I forgot what's her name. Jennifer? No, forgot what her name is. Her husband accidentally rolled into a pool that he would go to all the time to be by himself and drown. And they were the ones that found him. Donna, you have some good cases in the UK. You have some extremely good cases in the UK. So, and I keep thinking that they're going to come up with something different on Micah. I really, really do. Because if you're going to unalive yourself, you don't know where you are. You call 911. You want them to pin your location, but you don't know where you are. But you supposedly got a map and drove yourself there, but you still don't know where you are. I'm like, and you could drop a pin on your iPhone and they'll know your location. You step into the water. You put all your stuff in a plastic bag on the banks. Step into the water, pew yourself in the head, and the gun drops in the water. Got you. Okay. Don't believe it. I will never believe that story. Never believe that story. There's too much shit that's surrounding John Paul Miller, his daddy, his son, the way he's always groomed and treated women, the way he beat his wife with a weapon. His first wife, the way he groomed Micah, moved her into his home, isolated her from her family. Are you kidding me? His daddy is a convicted pedo, P3DO. Come on, get out of here. The church that they were with in, what was it, Kansas? One of the guys that was there, he went to jail for sexual assault. They were really, really close friends because he brought him to the church in South Carolina. You find that you have a lot of people that were on that board that were convicted for sexual assaults against minors. Yep, next to JP's lawyer's property, we have him on video stalking her. We have the police finding a tracker on her car that he put there. We have the police telling him to leave her the F alone. There is no way. Then he was investigated, and I think he was indicted for the money he stole from this charity. And the day after Micah died, somehow or another, or 2 days later, the money was deposited in her account, and they were trying to say that she was embezzling from this fund. Get the fuck out of here. Don't believe it. Nope, she didn't do that one either. So her husband has been indicted for the second time. Susan Marfew is her name. I knew who you're talking about. Her husband has been indicted for the second time for murder. First time, they dropped the charges because they didn't have her. They found her body. Found her. This shit is crazy. Crazy. They found that tranquilizer. What? It was in the laundry. It was in the washing machine or something. When he was supposed to have been out doing some job. Stop it. It was the Rotherham grooming gang. It was awful. I'm going to have to look at that one. I don't think I've heard that name. Hold on a second. Let me write that name down. I don't think I've heard that name, but I know you guys have some good cases in the UK where you think nothing at all happens. Rotherham. Oh, grooming. Okay, I have it. Got it, ma'am. Thank you. Got it. I'll take a look at that. But that was that one. And she was afraid for her. Who was afraid for her life? We talking about Susan Morphew. Remember, she was leaving her husband. She had cancer. She in the high school, the ex boyfriend from high school, now boyfriend again. They were looking for a house together. Um, yeah, and then I listened to what's her name, the one that her documentary, the one that faked her kidnapping, Papini, Papini, Sharon Papini, whatever her name is. That woman is just as psycho, I think, as Casey Anthony. I think she's just as psycho as Casey Anthony. I really do. So let's look at this one. And then we have the one that happened in Alabama. They're talking about this one. This was a day ago. Micah told her new friend she did. She even did a video stating how she hadn't been to the church in a while and how she had to narrow down her circle because people were going back telling John Paul Miller where she was at. Um, JP, JP Miller. We have her on videos saying that she was doing her own videos. She was excited for the new life ahead of her. We have him on a recording telling her sister that he's on his way and no one's going to stop him. She's crazy. He is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. This one, hold on. I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the one that this child trafficking. Um, Hold on. Yeah. Okay, this is the story.
A fourth arrest has been made in connection to the ongoing
I'm gonna
child
look
sex
into it,
abuse
Donna.
investigation involving an underground bunker. ABC 3340's Gracie Johnson joins us now with more on the
Look at
charges.
Gracie Johnson.
Muriel, the Bibb County District Attorney's Office confirms to me that Timothy St. John was taken into custody today. He's now facing a long list of charges, and officials say some of the alleged acts happened inside the same bunker that's been at the center of a months-long investigation. Now, this is ABC 3340's drone footage of that bunker. Now, according to the DA's office, St. John is charged with rape, sodomy, human trafficking, kidnapping, bestiality, and cruelty to animals. This comes after 3 men were previously arrested as part of the same investigation. All 3 of those men face multiple charges as well, including rape, sodomy, human trafficking, and kidnapping. Again, investigators allege that some of the
Look at these disgusting people. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, you like her? Look at these disgrace. Look. Disgusting.
Took place in the same underground bunker on Aaron Road in Brent, Alabama. Now, authorities have not yet said how St. John is allegedly connected to the other 3 suspects or whether additional victims have been identified. The investigation began in early February. Since then, authorities have made multiple arrests and filed several felony charges, yet key details surrounding the case are still unclear.
Keep the kids in safety.
The Bibb County Sheriff's Office says it opened an investigation on February 4th following a report related to child abuse involving an underground bunker near Brent. That investigation led to arrests of these 3 individuals. All 3 have been indicted on various felony charges, including rape, sodomy, human trafficking, and kidnapping. Court filings allege the incidents occurred between January 2024 and early 2025 and involved at least 5 children, all under the age of 12.
Under the age of 12. And they said bestiality. What? Under the age of 12. Now, there was a ring in Gracie, was it New Orleans or was it Texas, that they found a lot of these missing kids that had gone missing? They found them when they cracked this case of sex trafficking.
The court
I have to
documents
find
indicate that William
That was
McElroy
last month.
allegedly acknowledged having inappropriate conduct with a child. Dalton Terrell reportedly admitted to unlawful sexual activity during an interview with investigators. And Andres Trejos Velázquez is accused of distributing explicit images and facilitating contact between victims and others.
They need to be put away and stop all that violence going on with these little bit of kids. You'll never know what they might do to little kids these days.
While the charges are detailed in legal documents, many aspects of the case remain unknown. Some of the questions we'd like to ask investigators include, was anyone else involved? And how were the children identified or contacted? We reached out to the Bibb County Sheriff's Office in an effort to get an answer to those questions, yet we were told that Sheriff Jody Wade was out of the county and unavailable for interview. We will continue to ask questions.
3 of the 7 suspects charged in a disturbing child trafficking investigation out of Bibb County faced a judge for the first time today instead of a bond hearing. All 3 chose to stay behind bars. ABC 3340's Gracie Johnson was there and has the latest.
I got you, girl.
What was scheduled to be an Ananias Law bond hearing for 3 of the 7 suspects charged in connection to alleged child abuse and trafficking out of Bibb County ended quietly. Rebecca Brewer, Ricky Terrell, and Sarah Terrell all waived their right to bond during their first court appearance.
It's not the norm, but it does happen from time to time. This is probably the first non-murder Ananias hearing that resolved itself that fast.
Each of the 3 faces severe charges, including human trafficking, kidnapping, rape, sexual torture, and child sex abuse. Before entering the courthouse, Rebecca Brewer told media, "I didn't do this. I love my babies." Inside the courtroom, Ricky Terrell was overheard telling his attorney, "I've never touched a kid." He also asked an officer if he could hug his wife, which that request was denied. Despite the quiet courtroom behind the scenes, the investigation is very much still moving.
The public should rest assured that the majority of the perpetrators that have been identified are either in custody and charged or will be very soon.
So far, authorities have identified 10 child victims ranging from ages 3 to 15. Most are under the age of 10.
What the fuck? Yeah, that's nothing new. Nothing new. It's just becoming more and more common. You know, it was normally someone in the family that's doing it or a close family friend. Now they have the internet and they're luring these kids, or they're in Discords or Snapchats, you know. Oh, Jesus.
Investigators say they were drugged, restrained, and taken into an underground storm bunker where strangers would pay to abuse them in what they described as appointments.
Whenever you have cases that involve children victims or child victims, it shocks people to the core.
The next court date for these 3 suspects is set for August 21st, a preliminary hearing. Until then, they remain in custody without bond.
When I tell you I feel like I've seen it all and heard it all, this is shocking even to me.
The investigation into an unthinkable child abuse case in Bibb County is far from over. 7 people are behind bars accused of horrific crimes against children as young as 3.
Authorities fear more victims are out there and more perpetrators too. ABC 3340's Gracie Johnson spoke with a trafficking expert. And Gracie, she is shedding light on just how deep this kind of abuse can run and why early recognition and recovery are so difficult.
Muriel, yes, I spoke with Carolyn Potter, CEO of the Well House, who works directly with trafficking survivors. She explains why this case follows.
Her makeup is on point. It comes all the way down. Her accessories are just minimalistic, and she has a good appearance on camera.
A familiar and heartbreaking pattern, and what's needed to help the children now coming forward.
Look at this shit.
The vileness, the evil of that just went to the very core of my soul.
What investigators say happened in rural Bibb County is almost impossible to comprehend. A storm shelter originally built
as a place of safety, became the scene of unimaginable alleged abuse. 10 children, some as young as 3 years old. So far, 7 people have been arrested.
I've been in law enforcement for 33 years, and this is absolutely the most horrible thing I've ever seen when it comes to victimization of children.
Carolyn Potter works with trafficking survivors from across the country through the Well House, a recovery center in Alabama. She says the signs of trafficking are often present, just not always recognized.
We need to do a better job of educating our teachers and our counselors and our caseworker on what trauma looks like and on the signs of human trafficking, because I would wager just about anything that those children showed signs.
Authorities say the children were participating in normal activities, including attending school. Yet the abuse had been taking place since around 2022.
I do not think that anybody that was not involved in this directly was aware that it was going on.
Let me stop this for a minute. The sheriff has his name on his shirt. Sheriff Jody Wade. He has his name embroidered on his shirt.
I tell you, I feel like I've seen it all and heard it all. This is shocking even to me that it went on this long without anyone knowing about it or being able to do anything.
Now, with the investigation still ongoing, the focus is also shifting to recovery.
And I don't know why
Potter says the children will need more than a rescue. They'll need
involved with
long-term
this.
care.
They've already
Some of them have
been
their
in
own
contact with
kids.
counselors, and they're getting the help
And
they
these
need, the
men
medical
as
help they
well.
need, the emotional and psychological help that we can best provide them.
Yet, sadly, the 10 child victims identified in this case so far aren't the only ones.
I'm sure there's going to be a lot more that's going to come out, unfortunately.
There are more. There are more children across our state, across our country, who are enduring horrific crimes like these.
I spoke with Sheriff Wade this morning. He said they have not yet made any additional arrests in this case, but they are actively working on uncovering additional suspects.
The Centerville community came together praying for children, praying for families impacted after that recent child trafficking scandal.
This has been a really tough story to have to report on. We know that 10 children, some as young as just 3 years old, were sexually abused and trafficked in an underground bunker. Jocelyn Malev from our sister. 7 people in this case. 3 suspects waived their right to bond, choosing to remain in custody. The suspects face allegations.
Wait a minute. That Terrell and that other woman, would they be brother and sister, a husband and wife? Ricky Terrell, Sarah Terrell. Oh, she's withdrawing? Okay. Would they be husband and wife or brother and sister, you think? Look at this. Ricky Terrell, Sarah Terrell. They might not even be related, but no, I think they might be related.
Jocelyn Malev reporting. Investigators have charged 7 people in this case. 3 suspects waived their right to bond, choosing to remain in custody. The suspects face allegations including human trafficking, kidnapping.
Okay, this must be a family thing. Look at this. Dalton Terrell. Timothy St. John, he's the main one. Look how he's smirking. Dalton Terrell, Ricky Terrell, Sarah Terrell. They must be related. Hold on. Do you think they're related? That's true, Donna.
Kidnapping, rape, sexual torture, and child sex abuse.
What happened to
A former
bestiality?
teacher now says she raised red flags about one of those children nearly a year before the case surfaced. ABC 3340's Gracie Johnson spoke with her today.
I just feel like it should have been looked into more.
A former Bibb County teacher asked us not to identify her, but says she recognized something wasn't right with a child believed to be one of 10 victims in a Bibb County sex abuse case. It was the 2023-24 school year, and she says one of her students stood out for all the wrong reasons.
She was in my class, and she was just very delayed developmentally. And, you know, there could be billions of reasons, but now with all this coming out, it's kind of like that's probably why.
The teacher says school staff reported the child's condition more than once to school administrators.
It was multiple times. No, it never really got better.
The teacher tells me that reports are typically made directly to the school counselor, who would then contact necessary external agencies. Investigators say at least 10 children were drugged and abused in an underground bunker. Our anonymous teacher says the reports she made to school administrators did not capture the full extent of what investigators have now allegedly uncovered.
Knowing now that they were drugged and stuff, so that had a lot to do with where she is academically.
Law enforcement says this major case wasn't referred to them by DHR until February 2025.
I was maybe not shocked, just even more saddened that nothing happened back then, like was looked into far enough for it to be stopped back then, and it's just been ongoing.
I reached out to Alabama DHR regarding these claims, and they responded saying the Alabama Department of Human Resources is bound by state confidentiality laws and cannot comment. Gracie Johnson, ABC 3340 News.
We also reached out to Bibb County Schools. As of news time, we have not yet heard back from them.
I spent the day digging through court records to learn more about the 7 people now facing several disturbing charges. Shockingly, most of them have no serious criminal history in the state of Alabama prior to the child sex abuse investigation. Authorities in Bibb County say the details of this case are unlike anything they've ever seen. An alleged underground operation involving child sex abuse, human trafficking, and a hidden bunker. 10 children have been identified as victims so far, and 7 adults are behind bars.
Some of the victims, the offenders were their parents and different relatives and things like that.
I had no serious criminal history in Alabama, most only facing minor traffic violations until now. Rebecca Brewer is charged with 8 counts of human trafficking and kidnapping and 3 counts of sexual torture, but I found no prior criminal record. William McElroy, Dalton Terrell, and Andres Trejo Velazquez are each charged with multiple counts of rape, sodomy, human trafficking.
He's smirking. Look at him. 6 counts. Look how he's smirking.
And kidnapping, also with no known serious prior state charges. Ricky Terrell is charged with rape and previously faced drug-related offenses and possession of contraband. Sarah Terrell now faces charges of sexual torture and 2 counts of sexual abuse of a child less than 12 years old. I found 1 previous charge for hindering prosecution. Timothy St. John had the longest rap sheet, including theft and criminal trespassing, criminal mischief, burglary, and other drug-related charges. All 7 suspects remain in custody at the Bibb County Jail, awaiting future court proceedings in connection to the Bibb County child sex abuse investigation. The defense team for one of the 7 suspects has filed a motion to restrict media coverage and public access to pre-trial court proceedings. The move aims to protect the defendant's right to a fair trial by limiting exposure to potentially prejudicial information.
All right.
First at 11, arrest warrant News 13 obtained reveal one woman is accused of beating an 11-year-old girl inside their Carolina Forest home while several children and adults watched. Thank you.
Okay. Can it be 4? I'm trying to educate myself what makes a case of trafficking. Are they actually transported for the acts, or do some people come to do the acts? Trafficking is when you have someone against their will, and it can be either or it can be both. Okay. Like with the Sean Diddy trial, they found him not guilty of trafficking those 2 women for prostitution, but found him guilty of transporting. Okay. Those women, they said, were willing. Now, they can transport the kids. Anytime you move somebody from a place they don't want to be to something, these kids don't have their own will. But then you're bringing people to them. So you're trafficking someone. That's what it is. And when people don't understand, it's just because, and like I said, with those women, Sean, they may have been a willing participant in the beginning, but when they said no, that meant no. So you were flying them around, you were bringing in men to sleep with them. But when you're trafficking someone, and it's You're recruiting, you're transport, you're bringing men to them, you're harboring victims, you're receiving, you're making, it's force, fraud, and coercion. That's what it is. And when you have a child under 12, from 3 to 12, and it's more like slavery, they're going to do whatever you want them to do. They're scared of you. You have kids. You see how big and burly these men are, and these women. Hi, my Mari. I hope you're feeling better. Only one if the man is charged with animal. Yeah, bestiality. That was disgusting. So anything to do with force and coercion, you're trafficking. It's like pimping. Some women, when they get a pimp, they start arranging, dates for them. You're trafficking. That's what you're doing. Trafficking.
For joining us at 11, I'm Edward Moody.
And I'm Trish Williford. Kamisha McKenzie is accused of killing a Kyrie Bell and hurting other minors. She faces murder and other charges, including human trafficking.
News 13's Adriana Lawrence spent all evening digging into the warrants and tells us what new details she's learned.
These arrest warrants we obtained reveal a horrific reality. Authorities claim 5 children lived for at least 6 months, and the charges 5 adults now face.
I feel like they seen the color of our skin and immediately we did something to the little girl. And it was disgusting.
You just heard from Kamisha McKenzie, who police charged with murder in a Kyrie Bell's death, along with multiple felonies, including trafficking minors. The coroner said Bell died on June 13th from blunt force trauma and labeled her case a homicide. Police initially charged McKenzie, Bell's guardian, and a distant cousin with obstruction of justice. Police initially charged McKenzie, Bell's guardian, and a distant cousin with obstruction of justice. When she spoke to us after Kyrie's death in June, she denied any claims of hurting her kids and accused police of racial profiling.
I sent her upstairs to take a bath with her sister. Like 20 minutes later, her sister called and said she passed out. I went up there to provide aid for her. And as soon as I found out that she was unconscious, I dialed 911 and I called the police.
Warrants state between January 1st and June 11th, she also beat a 15-year-old boy on multiple occasions, and that she used her hands, feet, various objects, and personal weapons. Warrants state her 12-year-old child, along with a 3-year-old and 14-year-old, were inside of the home during the beatings. The warrants reveal 4 other adults face unlawful conduct towards a child charges and claim they were present for the.
Let's see. Lakeisha Burnett, Atlantis, Darnell, Margaret, look like your grandma. Oh, that might be her mama, huh? Who knows? Do they look alike? Oh, it's a family affair.
Beatings, but did not stop them at any point. It adds there an action put at Kyrie at an ongoing and unreasonable harm and contributed to the circumstances surrounding her death. Horry County Police Chief Chris Lenhart spoke on the case back in June.
This innocent child suffered traumatic injuries, very, very difficult for our team and the folks that were involved. And we just want to, again, let the community know we're doing our best to investigate the case, make these charges swiftly to provide justice to her.
Now, we've reached out to Bell's family for comment, but have not yet heard back. Chief Lenhart encourages anyone who's a witness to child abuse to report it. In the newsroom, Adriana Lawrence, News 13.
I just wanted to show that child abuse is not just, it stretches across. It's not, it's just the white people that do it. No, Black, white, Hispanic, they all do it. They do it in the Philippines, but they don't call it trafficking there. That's why most people travel to Thailand. Well, not most people. Let me just take that back. Some of these P3Os, they go over to Thailand. They go over to the Philippines because they get young boys, young girls. That's why Jared from Subway was always going over there. That's what he was doing. That's what he was doing. And his wife knew. His wife definitely knew. No, that's what people will always say. Well, it's just white people that do that. No, it's not. It's not. It is definitely not. So when I was looking at that other case, I found that case too. That's a family affair for them. And those three, the last name Terrell, I think they're brother and sister or cousins or something because they do look alike. They really do look alike. So I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Now, there's an update on this shooter. Remember, I was saying when we were talking about the shooter at Fort Stewart, I said, I hate when they tell you stuff, but they don't give you a backstory to it, okay? There is no backstory. What happened? What's going on? Well, find out. The person that did the shooting, one of the shooting victims, he said he was his husband. His husband. That's what he said. So let's listen. I was like, wait a minute. So was it a domestic dispute? What was it? But here we go.
We have new information tonight about a possible motive in last week's Fort Stewart shooting.
Sources say Sergeant Cornelius Radford was in an intimate relationship with one of the men who was shot. A man he reported to authorities as his husband just months before the attack. WSAV's Christine Quayle is joining us now with what court records reveal about that connection.
Yes, Tina, Ben. So through court records and sources with knowledge of the investigation, I've learned that the alleged Fort Stewart shooter, Sergeant Cornelius Radford, seemingly had a romantic relationship with a man who was one of the victims. Sergeant Cornelius Radford was arrested by a Georgia State Patrol officer for driving under the influence on May 18th, just weeks before he allegedly opened fire on Fort Stewart. In the report, the arresting officer says his car was released to a man he self-reported to be his husband. However, according to court records from Liberty County, that man was already married to a person sources say identifies as a woman and was in the process of finalizing a divorce from her. In fact, court records show the divorce between the man Radford referred to as his husband back in May and that man's wife was finalized one day before the shooting at Fort Stewart. Though Radford told Georgia State Patrol the man who took custody of his car was his husband, a source with knowledge of the investigation told WSAV that Radford was only known as an acquaintance to the man with the potential for a relationship. That source confirmed Radford's self-reported husband was one of the shooting victims. Radford is being charged with domestic violence by the Army Office of Special Trial Counsel, and their office also confirmed one of the victims was Radford's intimate partner. This development comes amidst reports that Radford was bullied for a stutter during his time at Fort Stewart. WSAV spoke with a soldier that recently left Fort Stewart who shed more light on these claims, and we've altered his voice in order to protect his identity.
He was essentially the bottom of the pecking order and just not handling it well. He's known for being pretty aggressive with his soldier and pretty extreme behavior. And he was known for a pretty heavy stutter. He was pretty much just made fun of. And instead of doing really anything else he could have done, he took the extreme option.
And Radford was transferred to Joint Base Charleston for pretrial confinement. And as is always the case in criminal proceedings, he is presumed innocent until proven guilty in this matter.
Guilty.
Christine Quayle, WSAV News 3, on your side.
So supposedly he's with this man who's going through a divorce. Oh yeah, so there's McKenzie's phone calls. But yeah, you guys can listen to that one. But one more. This is Mayor Cantrell.
Good evening, I'm John Snell.
And I'm Meg Gatto. The 18-count indictment accuses Mayor LaToya Cantrell and her former NOPD bodyguard, Jeffrey Vappy, of conspiracy, wire fraud, and lying to a grand jury.
Chief investigative reporter Stephen Stock digs into the indictment's details.
That's basically infantry and some other field stuff, I do believe.
The indictment alleges Cantrell and Vappy took 14 different trips together to places such as San Francisco.
Remember, I told you about the bodyguard, and then she had a lawsuit saying that the woman was stalking her because she took a photo of them at a French Quarter restaurant, and that lawsuit that she filed was thrown out for stalking because she's a public figure And but she's the mayor, and they took the photo. She was trying to say the woman was blackmailing her, but she wasn't. The guy Vapey, who was supposedly her bodyguard. Now, LaToya Cantrell's husband is he is disabled. If I do remember, has he died yet? I don't think he's dead. I don't think he's dead yet, but he's disabled, and she's been running around on this man for quite some time. She hired. He was a police department, but then he became her personal bodyguard, and they've been screwing and traveling ever since.
York, Martha's Vineyard, and Los Angeles, costing city taxpayers more than $70,000 just for Vappy's travel
Federal
expenses,
indictment.
separate from Mayor Cantrell's own travel cost. According to the indictment, around October 2021, Vappy went to Scotland with Cantrell and later sent her a WhatsApp message, which is a free encrypted phone messaging app. Vappy's message allegedly said the Scotland trip was, quote, where it all started.
Yes.
The indictment also points to another message Cantrell sent Vappy. The times when we are truly alone traveling is what spoils me the most. The feds allege beginning in October 2021, while carrying on a personal relationship, Cantrell and Vappy attempted to disguise it by making Vappy's interactions with the mayor appear to relate to his official duties. The indictment says Mayor Cantrell canceled a fall work trip to Miami in 2022 and instead booked a personal trip to Martha's Vineyard to spend time with Vappy while he attended a conference as a representative for the Housing Authority of New Orleans, HANO, a position Cantrell appointed him to serve. The indictment includes WhatsApp messages from the trip to Martha's Vineyard. Vappy messages, hey baby, I'm going to go to lunch with the guys and come be with you at the end of today's conference. Later, Cantrell, so that is about 3:30. You will be done? Vappy, meaning we get out earlier. Cantrell, let me know about where for lunch to make sure I'm out of sight. The feds also say they have messages between Vappy and Cantrell planning a trip to a conference in California. Cantrell wrote to Vappy, SF is April 6th through 8th. It officially ends at 4 p.m. on the 8th. Do we return on the 8th and stay at apartment or return on the 9th? Later, Vappy replied, we stay and do the Napa Valley like you said. Cantrell, perfect. Thumbs up emoji. Fox 8 obtained travel records from that California trip and found Cantrell, Vappy, and the mayor's digital director all stayed in California through April 9th. Records show the entire trip cost taxpayers nearly $10,000. The indictment also contains a picture of the two of them together when they traveled to several California wineries. Other WhatsApp messages in the indictment include the pair planning a trip to D.C. together. Cantrell wrote, so I will have to go to D.C. on Monday. Vappy, I know. Cantrell, will you be going? Vappy, absolutely, if it's possible. Later, Cantrell messages, I will make that happen if you say it's okay. Vappy, it's definitely okay. Cantrell, okay, smiley face emoji. Later, Vappy messaged Cantrell that the D.C. trip was, quote, another great trip and also another leg on a journey, and told Cantrell that he loved her and their physical relationship. In all, the indictment alleges Vappy and Cantrell exchanged over 15,000 personal messages, pictures, and voice messages on WhatsApp to, quote, avoid detection and continue their relationship. The indictment also says Vappy and Cantrell deleted messages they exchanged. Federal prosecutors say Cantrell signed and authorized the travel expense forms Vappy submitted, despite knowing they falsely reflected that Vappy had engaged exclusively in official business activities.
Is it fair for us to ask questions about this?
It's fair to ask questions because this is a taxpayer-owned property, and these are employees paid by the taxpayers.
Then there's the Upper Pantala apartments. Fox 8 first exposed the long hours Cantrell and Vappy spent alone there, while Vappy claimed he was on the clock with Cantrell doing little to no work while inside. The indictment says they treated it as their personal shared residence, with Cantrell often calling it our apartment in messages. Cantrell and Vappy allegedly manipulated their schedules to allow them additional time to spend together in the city-owned Pantala apartment while Vappy claimed to be on duty. The indictment also says they discussed having someone sweep the apartment for recording devices. Federal prosecutors appear to specifically mention Fox 8's investigation. On or about September 23, 2022, Cantrell and Vappy discussed a public records request seeking information about Cantrell's schedule and whether a particular local investigative reporter was, quote, on to us. Lee Zurich and Fox 8 submitted public records requests to Cantrell's office asking for details about her schedule and Vappy's timesheets, both on September 23rd and in the days before that. After Fox 8 began airing reports on Vappy and Cantrell's time together in the apartment, federal investigators say Vappy conducted multiple online searches about Zurich, including where does Lee Zurich live. The feds say Cantrell and Vappy also discussed they needed to be careful and to be straight together, allegedly to avoid having their relationship detected. The feds say when a city associate tried to warn her and stop the mayor, texting, quote, spending public funds and using public resources for your personal relationship was illegal, Cantrell responded that her relationship with Vappy was not about a personal relationship. Now, this indictment also says Cantrell and Vappy repeatedly lied about their relationship and says Cantrell supplied false documents and lied in her testimony to the grand jury.
Yep, she lied. Okay.
We do have information tonight about a possible motive in
Let me get this phone call. This is phone calls from prison with phone calls from prison.
Hello?
McKenzie, Shirilla.
Hey, I got my pod moved.
Shut up.
Yes.
Are you on your new pod right now?
Yes. I got it moved last night during Red Zone. I got my pod moved.
Oh.
So I don't have a window that sees outside no more. But like, Mom, I love like my new pod. Like I love it. Like I got a roommate.
Yay! And?
It's cool as fuck. Yes.
Can you stop?
This is the girl that killed 2 people. Does she sound remorseful to you? I think people forget that jail calls are recorded. You know, and you can pull these calls. I think they forget that. They really, really do. But this last one, hold on a second. Let me just go here. The one that she did right after she was convicted. Hold on. This is the one after the sentencing. This is the one that really got me. This is what her dad is saying.
McKenzie Shirilla was sentenced in August of 2023 for intentionally crashing her car and taking the lives of Dominic Russo and Davian Flanagan. McKenzie received 2 concurrent prison sentences of 15 years to life. These are the calls she made directly after sentencing.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey, Mom.
I'm talking to the
I don't like
Kenzie. That's what I mean. Don't, because she can control the quality of your day.
She. I don't even know her. She's already being a bitch.
I know. So please just be kind. So she does not control the quality of your day in a negative way. Some people get off on that shit. Don't give her any reason to. Okay? Sweet as pie.
I am. I'm going to be myself every single day, but like I don't know what the fuck is wrong with her. Like I'm getting so irritated. I just know I need to get the fuck off of this floor. Like I need to get off of this floor. Like I would have my iPad right now. I would be okay. Like I need to get the fuck off of this floor.
You might not. You don't know that.
I'm saying I need to get off of this floor. Like right now.
I understand that part.
By
the way, my request for the video thing was denied because my picture was not approved, so I got to use a different picture. I was trying to put a cute picture of you and me, but I guess it just has to be my straight face.
She is nowhere near being remorseful for what she did.
I'm trying.
Nowhere near being remorseful.
I'm so irritated, for real.
They're
like, I
all
need to get
here.
the fuck out of here.
I know, and it just sucks because there's nothing to do.
They're all here.
Like before, you lied. You lied and said you would never lock me out of the house again. That is why we got back together last time we broke up. But I forgot. You can never keep your word because you are a little fucking weak bitch.
You broke up with me.
Listen to how she talks to him. You a little fucking weak bitch. This is a 20-year-old man. Or at this time, he was 19. She was 16, I think. But this is how she talks to him.
You really broke up with me earlier.
This is your last chance to open the door, or you are not coming out of this house all night, because I will not leave.
You literally broke you literally broke up with me earlier. Like what is the point you're trying to, like, you broke up with me, like, earlier. Like, what point
No,
are you trying to
I
say?
didn't. I didn't. I didn't.
Yes, you did. You said we're not together. You literally said that shit. Like, you really broke up with me earlier. Like, what are you trying to make? Like, why would I just let you in my house if you break up with me and you're threatening to break my shit? Like, you're threatening to key my car, threatening to break
I will
the
key your
doors.
car
Like,
if you do not let me in the house.
you're gonna key my car if I don't let
If you don't let me in the house, yes.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. So just let me in the house.
No, like, why can't you just be like calm at least for a second and I can feel
I
comfortable
am
letting you in the
calm.
house?
I am
like,
calm. I don't think you get to decide that with your fucking weird ass
You're literally threatening
trauma
you're
problems.
literally threatening to fucking key my car and shit. What else are you threatening?
Dom, I'm gonna give you one last chance to open the door. I'm gonna leave and do what I said I was gonna do.
What are you gonna do? Key
I'm gonna
my
give
car?
you one last chance.
Kenzie, look. Let me go to dinner.
No.
You can let me go
you're
to
not
dinner,
going
then I can let you come over later.
No, you're not, because I'm coming to dinner too. I'm coming to dinner too.
Why? You should have told me you wanted to come.
You fucking retard. She already put me on the
Listen to
reservation,
her.
so fucking open the door, you dumbass. Like, open
Alright,
the
well, here,
door.
let's just go next door then.
No, we're not going next door.
No, I'm not letting you hit the house.
We need to talk first, no? Because you just, like, betrayed me.
Alright, we can talk outside.
She killed this man.
Here,
His friend.
Club it out. Don't try to come in.
Is he smoking powder or cigarette?
Five. 4. Dom, if you do not open, like, you think I'm joking. You think I'm joking. Like, I'm dead ass.
What?
Dead
What are you
ass.
dead ass about?
Okay, I'm gonna give you one last chance to open the door.
Exactly, Aesop's.
Kenzie, I can't open the door. I can't sit here and fight. We gotta go to dinner to fucking see my grandparents. Like, I can't
You're
sit.
not going to dinner if you don't open the door. I'm gonna let you know that right now.
That's when you
And
call
then
the
what?
police.
What would happen? What are you trying to
I
say?
just told you what happened. You're not coming to dinner. You're not going to dinner.
And this is the same way she
What do you
sounds
mean?
in jail. Like she's running shit. Like she is the boss. You know, Mean Girls. That's the way she sounds in her prison calls. And her mother sees nothing wrong with this. Her father sees nothing wrong with this. This young woman is psychopathic.
You know it. That's exactly what I mean. You don't even know exactly what I mean. You're gonna come open this door right now, or there's gonna be a serious fucking problem.
Serious problem.
I can't. No, like you can't keep threatening. You can't keep making all these threats. Like, I can't
And
open
you
the
can't
door.
keep kicking me out of a place that you say is my home.
Kenzie, I didn't kick you out. You took all your shit and dipped. And said we were done. Like,
I did not say we are done. Dom? Okay, ready? I'm gonna count to 10. The door's gonna open, okay?
Can you imagine how
You're gonna open the door and stop hiding behind the door like a little fucking bitch.
He's a
Ready?
little fucking bitch.
1, 2.
She needs her ass kicked bad, Mari.
3.
Kenzie,
Hopefully somebody in jail would do that.
4. Okay, I'm gonna break something then.
Why would you break something? Why? What are you trying to break?
Okay, open the door.
What are you trying
He's
to
so
break?
calm.
Open the door.
No, I'm not opening the door.
Dom, I'm gonna give you, if this phone call hits 5 minutes, we're breaking up.
Kenzie, I can't do this shit right now. You can't sit here and fight like.
Okay, well, you're not going to dinner.
Okay, well, step away from the door. Maybe I can come outside and talk for a second.
No, we're not fighting outside. You're gonna open the door right
You're not
now.
going to fight outside. Let me come inside so we can fight. You're going to open the door right now. We're not fighting outside. We're going to fight inside. Basically, that's what she's saying.
Why are we
have
fighting outside?
1 minute now,
Look,
actually.
really, now my mom's trying to call me. Like, I got.
No, if you hang up on me, we're done. I'm leaving.
Bye.
Kenzie, there's nothing I can do. Like, I can't. I'm not.
There is. Stop being a little bitch and
I
open
can't
the
let
door.
you in my house with how you're acting. Like, it's as simple as that. Like, there's no way. There's no way I should.
Well,
Like,
answer your mother's call.
huh?
I'm just gonna break the handle off. It's already moving.
Fucking break the lock. Like, you really gonna break into my house?
Yes, I will. I will break into my house. You're right. I will break into it.
It's not your house. It's my house.
It is. Dom, now open the door. Now open the door. You have 30 seconds left on the phone call to open the door. We're done.
Start counting down.
Mackenzie, I really don't think I can. I don't
If
think.
you can't open the door, then you can't be in a relationship with me.
Mackenzie, you're threatening to break shit out. You're like, oh, I'm gonna break the glass and shit. Like, you're threatening crazy shit
You
like
have
that.
10 seconds to open this door or we are broken up.
Your daughter is a
Kenzie, I really
psychopath.
don't think I can. Like, why
She's
can't
a
we just do this shit?
psychopath.
Like, why can't we just do this
Doing it
later?
later because I'm coming
bitch
to dinner.
deserves
You
to
have
be
5
in
seconds to
prison.
open the
Would you
door.
want to come to dinner with us? You want to come to dinner with us? Is that what you're saying?
Open the door right now.
You can come to dinner with us if you want.
Open the door.
Kenzie, if you want, you can come to dinner with us.
Dom, if you don't open the door, I'm keying your car.
Listen,
Why the
30
fuck would you
seconds are
keep
gone.
Why?
Go away, bitch.
Are you?
Okay, you have 30 seconds or I'm going to do it.
Okay. You said that 30
Kenzie,
seconds
do not
ago.
see my car. Do not do anything to my car.
Let her do it and press charges. You psychopath. Psycho. "30 seconds is gone again." I'm looking at my timer. Exactly, Snuggle. Yep.
I need to call my mom back, babe.
Hang up on her.
All right, is the door unlocked? I'm about to test it.
No, Kenzie, it's not enough. Like, why are you acting like this?
Dom, I'm going to give you one last second or I'm going to have to key your car.
Why? Why would that ever be like an option?
But we're broken up if you don't let me in the house.
Okay, bye.
I'm breaking up. I will break up with you. I'm going to break up with you if you do not open this fucking door.
You literally took all your shit and left. I thought, like, you didn't want to be here.
Okay, I'm going to break into your house then.
Dude, what the actual fuck?
Well, I just broke your fucking key thing, so that sucks.
What key thing?
I don't know. You're going to have to open the door to see it because that's where it's fucked up from the outside, you fucking dick.
He's a psychopath.
Okay. Now open the door.
No. Like, you're not, like, you're literally saying you're breaking shit and stuff. Like, you're not coming in my house.
I will break shit. I will break shit. Do I have to like, call the police?
Party rock. Pray for
Why? Why would you call the
Do I have to
police?
call the police? Are you not going to let me into my house?
This is not your house. All right, I'm calling my mom.
No, you're not. No,
Yes,
you're
I
not.
am. I'm calling. You're not doing this.
Then we're going to break up. Then
This
we're
is
done.
my house. You
Then
don't.
we are done. If you do not let me in the house that I sleep in every night, we are done.
Okay, bye.
Kenzie, I can't
If
let
this
you in
phone
the
call
house.
is 10 minutes and I'm not in the house, then we're done.
That says he's used to dealing with these little tirades of hers, these little rants, and all of her little threats. 30 seconds has been gone now 2 minutes ago, and she's still threatening.
No, Kenzie. I'm calling my mom. Goodbye.
No, you're not.
Can you imagine having to deal with that psychopath? But anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I shared Gracie's channel with you guys. Aesop, have you done any video? Well, I think I saw the last one you did. But anyway, happy Sunday. And what is everybody cooking? I don't know what I want to cook today. I don't know if I want to go out to eat or I don't know. I would have called the cops too. Very manipulative. Very, very, very. But again, the channel, I'm going to drop it again. Phone calls from prison. And they were actually on Banbury, because the mother, and Asaph is right, the mother is trying to sue and strike shit. And I remember hearing that, maybe a week or two ago. Okay. So there are also calls there from Stephen Stearns. Oh, you're having spaghetti. Shit, I might change my menu. I had spaghetti a couple of weeks back, but I love spaghetti. I was going to do some baked chicken with cream and mushroom, mac and cheese, and I think I'm going to do either asparagus or Brussels sprouts. No, broccoli or asparagus. Shit, I might do both. I might get some stuff that I got leftovers from yesterday's roast. Oh my God, I love day old roast. And you know what I do with my roast? If I can't eat it, I get it and I package it up in the freezer. So when I make my beef and vegetable soup, I use that same meat. Fried cabbage with sausage and shrimp with cornbread. Oh, Snuggle, I'm coming over. Snuggle. Oh my God, that sounds good. I love cabbage, fried, stuffed, anything. So you guys have a great day. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I will see you Monday. Yeah, tomorrow. And I don't know, I might do a morning live. I'll see how I feel when I get up. You guys have a great Sunday. I'll talk at you later. Bye. Thank you, Snuggle. Bye, guys.